So here we've declared 2 pages, and we like to be able to navigate between the two. And the way we're going to be doing that is that we put both components as children of a router parent, right? So router declares a couple of abstractions that allow you to manipulate or even read and write some logic based on what the URL says, right? So for instance, if I want to see the page 1, but only if the URL has a particular pattern, I can do that using the route. I can declare a route. So right here, a route. Okay. So now I can use the route and say and declare a route and says, hey, if you see the following route, meaning the following URL, if you see the following URL with the following path, if the path in the URL has the following pattern, page 1, right, then I want you to render the following component. Right, let's put this in separate lines. So if so I'd like to see page 1. So here this would be page 1. There it is. Right. So meaning, well, I don't want to see both of them at the same time. Right. Only if the URL has this pattern do I want to see page 1. And if I see instead I see page 2, then I will see page 2. This other component. You see that? Right. So if we render, notice that it's already working. See the URL says page 2, it's showing page 2. If instead I put page 1, notice that it shows page 1, right? And if I show anything else, notice that it does not show page 1 or page 2, only when they match. Everybody okay? Right? So again, we've been able to create now logic based on the URL to show one or the other. And as a bonus, I can navigate between the two, right? And now the back buttons and forward buttons work, right? These URLs are added to the history, and the JavaScript defined by the router. It's listening to changes in the URL, right? And it's handling all these events and saying, what does the URL look like? It ends with page 1. Guess what? I have a definition for that, and I should show page 1 component or page 2 component. Everybody good? All right, let's go. Yes.
So one more time, where is it the back forward? Where is the URL stored again?
Right here. They're stored in the so the browser keeps track of a history, right? So whatever URL you've ever typed, it keeps track of a log, right? And then the back buttons allow you to navigate backwards and forwards on that history, right? And when the URL changes, there are hooks that you can code, that you can be notified when these URLs change. So that's what the route does. The route puts a listener on the change of the URL in the history, and then writes logic to hide or show certain things based on this high-level abstraction. Make sense? Yes.
How do you redirect to another page? For example, I come to page 2.
Yeah, you can modify the history. You can say history.push, and then you can literally write to the URL, and we'll do that in a minute. Yep. You can programmatically do that as well.